Oh yeah, we're gonna be mounting this power pole micro. Stay tuned. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, Jacked Up Fishing. Well, on today's video, we're gonna be putting the power pole micro anchor onto a GHEENEO Super 16. I got my buddy's boat here. I reviewed this boat about a month ago. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I'll have it in the link in the description below. Also have a tag at the end. But we're gonna mount this micro anchor, supposedly the new thing. I'm gonna do a little unboxing, show you what we're working with, and show you how I install it. All right, so we're dealing with a power pole micro anchor. It's made for boats that are less than 1,500 pounds. It has a removable spike that's 8.5 foot long. It's all electric, so there's no hydraulic fluid, which is a big deal for little boats. And it's also transferable. If you want to transfer it to a paddleboard, a kayak, it has different mounts. You can mount it like that. But the main thing is it's nice and light, battery operated, no hydraulic fluid. And the spike is actually removable. You can put it inside the boat, so when you're traveling and stuff like that, it doesn't take up a lot of room, creates less height. That's the main thing. Nice and light for a light little boat, light little GHEENEO like that one right there. And we're gonna mount it on the back of the transom right here. And it's just a good little anchor system. So I'm gonna go ahead and start unboxing and see what we got. All right, so I went through all the packaging. We got everything. We got all our hardware bolts. We have all our mounting accessories. It's pretty simple. You pretty much just bolt this on, and then you hook up your Power Pro mini anchor to it, and wire it up. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And I'm gonna go through it step by step. Here we go. So the tools for the job you're gonna need, pretty much just a simple drill, some drill bits for the fiberglass. You're gonna need some 5200 caulking to make sure you seal the holes that you drill up. Also gonna need some bits, Phillips head bits, some Allen wrenches, and maybe an adjustable wrench or a socket. Pretty easy, simple, straightforward. Just gotta measure where you're at on the boat. They say get it as close to the water line as you can. So we're gonna need a measuring tape. Man, this wind is huffing today. That's why we're doing this. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the power pole together with the mount. That way I can put it on the boat, see where it goes, measure it out, mark it with a pencil, and then we'll get going from there on mounting it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount it right below the VIN number. This boat actually has a little bit of a contour right here. So we're gonna have to go right to the edge here and get it right underneath the VIN number. I'm just gonna mark a pencil line there. Just gonna mark a pencil line and get it straight, make sure I mark it. Just a quick little reference mark, and then I'm going to undo it all and just work with the mount. Right here's my reference mark. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure down. I want to get below that. I just want to keep consistent, all of it the same. So looks like I'll do about 1.5 inches mark all the way across from the top there. That'll give me a good reference. And that way when we look at it, it's nice and level the whole way across. So 1.5 inches. All right, so I marked my reference line. I'm gonna mark my spot here. Make sure it's level on my mark. Looks good, everything's flush. I'm going to mark the holes. I'm just going to use, this is an old 5200 tube we've had. I'm just going to use a little bit to put on the threads here, just because I want to seal it really good. Now this stuff is nasty. 5200, 3M 5200 is nasty. If you get it on you, it seems to spread everywhere. So we're going to go ahead and get this mounted up. I'm going to put it on and do the other side. Comes with an Allen wrench, so just so we can screw it in and get our 5200 nice and sealed in the holes. The bolts that come with it are really long, so we'll use them, but I had to end up cutting them off. Same thing on the inside, just a little bit of 5200 on the threads. I'm gonna put these big fender washers on, then we'll put the nut. Start all these real quick. This one I'm not going to be able to get a adjustable on. You don't need to go crazy on it. Just tighten the rest by hand. Alright, I'm going to trim them bolts that came with it because it's just a little bit too long, but it looks like it's mounted nice and tight. Ain't going anywhere. Looks pretty good. Nice and straight. So now I'm going to mount the motor on it. So the motor gets mounted like this. It takes these little plugs that go into there and kind of lock it in with these grooves. So I'm going to put it in there right here. And we'll get it leveled up. And we can adjust it. So I'm going to put the knurled knob on here. Like that. Alright, so that's that. It's got a little rubber band here. Take that off. That's pretty much it. Pretty simple from as far as mounting goes. All right, so now we got it all mounted up. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna do the wiring. I'm gonna get the wiring harness, get it plugged in, get it wired up. Power pole's really thought it all out. They've got it all worked out for you. They got a nice harness here, plugs right in. Comes with about 20 foot of wire. You can run it anywhere. It comes with a fuse. Actually, we can wire an inline fuse with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in. We're gonna get this thing going. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this harness in. Just plugs in just like that, nice and solid there. Now I'm gonna run this wire right here. I'm gonna run this wire right to the battery. We're gonna run it to our motor battery because this don't take much, much power. And it should run off the main battery. It's always charged. You can use it anytime you want. The trolling motor battery doesn't run off the motor. We have it on an onboard charger you plug in. So that way this one's always charged as part of the boat. We'll use it as part of the normal accessories the boat accessories instead of the trolling motor charger. All right, as you can see, I got it all mounted. I got the plug in. I'm gonna go ahead and route this wire all the way to the battery and see what we got. All right, so Power Pole's really thought of everything. Like I said, they got a fuse block here. It's already got one ring terminal on it. They also included a nice butt connector, heat shrink, with another ring terminal for the negative side. So I'm gonna put this all together. We're gonna get this thing hooked up to the battery. So as you can see, looks like they used some Romex on this. So we'll be seeing a wiring video coming up on Tighten Up Tuesday, that's for sure. All right, we got it all done. It's all wired nice and clean. Everything's heat shrunk, mounted up good with 5200, sealed good. We're gonna rewire this GHEENEO sometime in the future on one of the next videos, so stay tuned if you wanna see that. Just has a quick release right here, unplugs. You can quick release this and pull the whole thing off in a matter of seconds, mounted on a paddle board, mounted on a kayak on a different mount. Pretty cool. It also comes two controls. One's a mountable control, one's a lanyard control. They're both pre-programmed, already ready to go. I want to go ahead, we're going to put the spike in real quick and check it out. All right, so we got it all installed. Everything's perfectly set up. Now I just got to calibrate it. This is real important. Before you use your pole, you got to put the spike in. It says to hit the power or the battery level and the anchor force buttons together. And what it's going to do is go up a couple times and down a couple times. And what this does is it calibrates it. See what it's doing here? And it takes it a couple times to do. So then, when it's done, it'll give you this flashing green light, and that's when you know it's calibrated. So spike just goes in, just like this. You're gonna put it in, hit it down, it goes up and down a couple times usually, until it gets set. See, it's trying to do it now. And it's already set, man, that thing's locked in. To come back up, just double push it up. And it's there. Now it's locked in. Once you push it up, it's locked in. You can't pull it out unless you hit the button up while you're pulling it out. It won't just come out on its own. All right, so if you want to pull it out, pulling it all the way up, and it's stuck there. I cannot pull this thing out on my own. So if you're driving, you can leave it in while you're boating, but when you want to go pull it out of the water, put it on the trailer, you just hold the button up, pulls right out, you can put it right in the boat. They make mounts for the boat as well. We don't have it yet. But that's pretty much it. It's a pretty cool little way of getting it done. Lanyards work good. That's it. All right, well, unboxing this Power Pole Micro seems pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory. Everything's thought out, bagged up real good. So We're gonna use this thing, go fishing, give you a review on it in a couple months, maybe about a month. I'll give a 30-day review, see how we like it. Then we gotta get to this wiring.
Down on this side. So down, we're on the bottom, boom, caught. See these little snapper out here? Butters, Butters, do that thing alone, Butters. Butters, easy, easy, Butters. Setting up here in between some nice structure. Turn the trolling motor off. Want to make casts around 360 degrees around here. Boom. That didn't get it caught big time. Put me on the boat. See, we're swinging around. Should point my nose, should do a complete 180. Should put me in good position to cast around 360 degrees of structure.